What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the match preview of the game between Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup final. Wembley, Manchester City against Spurs, Sunday, April 25th, 2021, in front of 8,000 fans. The first time we're going to have Manchester City fans at a game for City this season. The first trophy is on offer. Let's bring it back to the Etihad Stadium. Now, before I crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're aiming for 17k subscribers. We're less than 700 subs away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video, and most importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. So without further ado, let's crack on with this preview. Manchester City are the 7 times League Cup champions. They have a chance here to become the 8-time champs, and that will equal Liverpool's record. They're currently the record holding 8 times EFL champions. Manchester City do have a chance on Sunday to become joint record holders in terms of that, and it would be really nice. Manchester City, of course, are the current holders of the EFL Cup. We have won the trophy for the last 3 consecutive seasons as well. We've won it for the last 4 out of 5 seasons, and also 5 out of the last 7 seasons. It's an amazing achievement. We love the Carabao Cup. So let's bring home that Mickey Mouse Cup back to the Etihad Stadium. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Winning breeds winning. A winning mentality, it sets you up really well for the upcoming season. Normally this final's taking place in February. It was meant to be taking place in February. There was no chance fans were going to be there for that game, so they've moved it to the end of April in hope that there'll be fans there. They've managed to get 8,000 fans in, so I'm sure it's better than none, so they'll be happy with that. And it's a chance here for Manchester City to set that winning precedent there. We can win the EFL Cup, we can put ourselves in a strong position then to say, actually, we're nearly over the line, let's bring the Premier League home. And this is a game ideally as well for us, right before the first leg of a Champions League semi-final match. We know that if we can win this game, it might give the players a winning taste for things that they then want to go and put in a good performance in Paris on Wednesday evening. This game, of course, sandwiched just before the first leg between Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City. Now, for Tottenham Hotspur, they want a trophy. They've not won a trophy since February 2008. That, of course, was the League Cup. So they're wanting to end that hoodoo and get a major trophy back under their belt. And so there's pressure on Spurs to deliver here, a cup final, to try and finally get a trophy in their cabinet. There's a load of memes about it. Arsenal fans are always ripping Spurs for it, so Spurs will want to rectify that, and that comes with a bit of pressure on them. So hopefully City can rectify that. I imagine the majority of Arsenal fans, if not all Arsenal fans actually, will be cheering on Manchester City on Sunday afternoon / early evening. Now, Manchester City on our route here to the Carabao Cup final have knocked out Bournemouth at home in the 3rd round. In the 4th round, we knocked out Burnley away. Quarter-finals, we knocked out Arsenal away, and in the semi-finals over one leg, we knocked out Manchester United away as well. Not the easiest of routes for Manchester City at all. So people are always saying City always have easy draws. Well, there you go. It wasn't an easy draw. City have had a lot of hard work to get here. We've got it done. Let's get over that final hurdle and let's get the trophy and make it 4 times consecutive Carabao Cup champions, and also equal Liverpool's record of holding the EFL Cup, which is 8. For Tottenham Hotspur, they've knocked out Leyton Orient on default. Of course, they were given a bye due to Leyton Orient being hit with COVID at the time, where there was no time for them to get the game through. There was a big rush at the beginning of the season with lots of games coming every 3-4 days right at the beginning. So if your team ended up going down, you couldn't play the game, then quite simply you were chucked out the competition. The team you were meant to play were given a bye, and that's what happened to Spurs in the 4th round. They knocked out Chelsea at home on pens, which was a good result for them, and knocked out Stoke away in the quarter-finals and Brentford at home in the semi-finals. Chelsea match, not an easy game at all. It's certainly, in my opinion, more straightforward than our route to get to Wembley, but you can only win the games that are put out in front of you, and so now we clash with Tottenham Hotspur, and that's why we are where we are. Now, speaking of Spurs, they sacked Jose Mourinho early last week. It's kind of gone unnoticed with the European Super League and that being announced and then that being basically chucked into the water. That's been overshadowed everything that's happened in football this week, including Mourinho being sacked. They obviously don't see or trust Mourinho to get a result on Sunday to get that trophy. So instead, Ryan Mason, he's been put on interim duties until the end of the season, and he'll be the man in the hot seat for this game against Manchester City. He's only played one other game as manager of Spurs, and he won that in his first game in midweek, a 2-1 home win against Southampton. Now, the question Tottenham have got is Harry Kane going to be fit for this game? He's missed the last few games with an injury. He's slowly getting back to where he needs to be. It's a race against time. Will he be fit to go in this game? If they're not going to go with Harry Kane, I sense it will be an attacking three with Gareth Bale on the right-hand side, Heung-Min Son on the left-hand side, and Lucas Moura going through the middle. They did play Lo Celso against Southampton. I sense if Harry Kane is fit, then one of the players I just mentioned may drop into that attacking midfield role, possibly maybe Lucas Moura playing behind the striker and Kane going into his role if he is fit. I suspect it will be Lloris in goal, Aurier right back, Reguillon going at left back. They've got players like Dele Alderweireld at the back. They've got players like Lamela, Ali, Lo Celso, Winks. Could they all feature as well? They've got a good team, Tottenham, and in my opinion, should be doing a little better than what they are. But this is a do-all or end-all for their season. This is a trophy for them. Will they choke? Will they crumble under pressure? Or will they rectify all of their wrongs that they've had in the last season or so and be able to get a tick? Because a trophy to Tottenham is a good season for them, and that is exactly what they're looking for. It all comes down to 90 minutes against Manchester City. If it's level after 90 minutes, there will be extra time for this game, and after extra time it will go to penalties. City have, of course, won the EFL Cup before on penalties, beating Chelsea back in 2019 on penalties after that finished 0-0. For Manchester City, we're going to be without John Stones. He is suspended. He's serving the first of a 3-match domestic game ban thanks to his red card that he picked up in midweek against Aston Villa away. I suspect Aguero's probably not going to be fit for this game as well, and I am expecting a bit of rotation. We did only play a few days ago against Aston Villa. The same can be said for Spurs in their game against Southampton. But City, we've got a massive Champions League game in midweek. I'm not going to ignore the fact that we've got that. I suspect a similar team will be out against PSG that went out against Aston Villa. That, to me, was our strongest 11 that we could go for. So I expect there'll probably be a bit of rotation here. It's all about how much rotation. 3 or 4 players, in my opinion, is a good amount of rotation. Any players that are showing bits of tiredness maybe won't be given the nod against PSG. Any players that I feel like may be pivotal to playing against PSG, players like Kevin De Bruyne that's returning back to fitness for City, he won't feature in this game. Save him for PSG. Why take the risk? So that's what I suspect may happen. I'm wondering if City are going to go full squad rotation, 7 or 8 changes into this game, with in mind that big game coming against PSG, and instead look to sacrifice this, so to speak, and put out a rotated squad, a squad that went out against Leeds, that went out against Chelsea. To me, not really good enough. Good quality players, not really delivering. It was a bit lethargic. The players weren't really gelling, and it certainly didn't work on that big pitch against Chelsea. Tottenham got some really good players of equal quality, in my opinion, as of what Chelsea are, if Tottenham are performing on their day. And so it's just as difficult a game as that one on that big Wembley pitch. It needs to be a more senior team, players that are used to playing with each other and going with the strongest team. And we could take the risk and just say, go with the same team as we did against Aston Villa. If that does happen, I'm confident that we can bring the trophy home and we can win this game in 90 minutes. However, you're running the risk for that game against the PSG. City may say, we'll go for the same squad against PSG and we'll wait for burnout. It is something I have spoken about, and it could well happen. What I suspect from this game, I suspect Spurs will look for the same tactic Aston Villa took. Take the game to its first 5 or 10 minutes, try and get that early goal. If Tottenham can get that first goal, that puts them in a really strong position. To me, if Tottenham want to take that trophy back home to their new stadium and put that into their trophy cabinet and clear all the dust out and get it in there and stop all these memes, then they're going to need to score first. More than likely that will come early on if it does happen. If not, I can see Manchester City, if they do go ahead, completely dictating this game. But it's all about what team Manchester City decide to go for. So it's quite difficult for me to predict not only the team but also the score. So I've just sat on the fence. I've gone for 1-1 after extra time. The game goes to penalties. And of course, with me being biased, being a City fan, I'm going for City to win it on penalties. Although, making a good point here, I hope Man City have been practicing penalties because this game could well go to penalties. It's always useful to practice penalties in case you're a player that's going to be taking a a penalty in the game. I don't think City's strongest point is penalties, so it would always be nice to practice that and try and boost that up. And of course, you never know what might happen in the Champions League as well. You may be going to a penalty shootout in a big semi-final to get to the final. You might be in a penalty shootout in the final. So yeah, all good practice in my opinion if it does go that far. So I'm going for 1-1 at City to take it on penalties. Now, I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you guys. I'm going for Steffen in goal. Pep's already confirmed he will be starting in goal ahead of Ederson. I'm going for Walker right back, Cancelo left back. Good options there. I'm going for Ake and Laporte. No Stones in this game. Diaz, he hasn't had a rest for a while. I reckon he'll be given a rest for this game. Ideally, I'd like to have said Stones and Laporte, and Stones I think might have been starting in this game. But instead, I reckon with Stones being suspended, I'm going to go for Ake and Laporte. I wouldn't rule out Rodri possibly going in at centre-back or possibly Fernandinho, but I'd go with Ake because I think he's a quick player, he's a good player. We're going to put Laporte or Ake on the right-hand side. I'd just ask the players, whoever feels more comfortable going on the right-hand side and playing potentially with their right foot. You may want to go with Laporte being obviously the more experienced player at Manchester City, and Ake's not played too many times for City, but Ake's quick, he's good in the air as well, so he does have attributes there. So I reckon we might see Ake and Laporte possibly as a centre-back partnership for the first time, which I think might be a bit risky in a cup final, but there we go. I'm going for Fernandinho to go in at defensive midfield, Rodri to have his squad rotation there, but I am sticking with Gundogan and Bernardo Silva through the middle because I thought it works really well against Aston Villa. I like when they play alongside each other through the middle, and I'm happy for them to play, and as long as Foden's on the pitch with them, then I'm happy with that. I've gone for Foden on the left-hand side. I'm going for Mahrez to have a bit of squad rotation, so take your pick between Sterling and Ferran Torres, and I will say right now, Ferran Torres is unlucky to be missing out here. I've literally decided this before the video. I've been umming and ahhing for the last 24 hours. I've gone for Raheem Sterling. I'd probably say to Raheem Sterling, this is his last opportunity here to prove himself, because if he doesn't, then these big games coming up, he's just simply not going to be featuring. Last chance is what I'd be saying to him. And then I'm going for Jesus through the middle. He only did 45 minutes against Aston Villa, of course, before he had to come off due to John Stones being sent off, and he had to be the player that was sacrificed. I'm going for Jesus. He'll be fit to go and do the full 90 minutes here. All I want to say to Manchester City, though, best of luck. Let's bring that trophy home. I feel a lot better if we do win this. The pressure is off. The first trophy of the season, it's always the most difficult to win, and it's a big hurdle and it's a big mental block. Done with them. Winning breeds winning. Winning, in my opinion, winning this trophy is great preparation for our big game in Paris on Wednesday evening. We do have one eye on that, but we must have both eyes fully focused going into this game. And Pep, please do not make 8 changes again in this game at Wembley. If we do, I don't think we'll come home with a trophy. If we do reasonable rotation, 3 or 4 players, we have a chance, every chance. If we'll go with the same team, I'm confident we can get it done. It's risky though because you're running fatigue and injury going into that game against PSG, and I don't see Pep doing that. So it's all about wait to see what happens and what team Pep decides to put out. Like I said, my betting tip for this one, I'm going to go for Manchester City to win this on penalties. 1-1 is my tip, and both teams to score. So there we go. That has been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Subscribe to my channel if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. 17k subscribers, that is the aim. We will be doing a match watch along of this cup final going live at 4 PM BST on Sunday, April 25th for everyone to look forward to, and fingers crossed it will be Manchester City winning the Carabao Cup, and having a live watch along of that would be fantastic. It's the first time doing a cup final live watch along, so I am looking forward to that, and hopefully, like I said, fingers crossed we can bring it home. Don't forget also social media links there in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for the Carabao Cup final between Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur. Like I said, a live watch along, stay tuned for that. I'll see you all again for that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.